Welcome back. This podcast explores the beautiful space where generosity occurs through ancient and modern writings from all cultures and religions, seeking deeper wisdom for fun development work. If you like this podcast, please rate or review in your favorite podcast app. If you like these reflections on generosity, I would love to hear from you. Just click on the "What do you think?" link in the show notes. This week, Pope Francis passed away. In honor of his teaching on generosity, I am reflecting on his homily from November 8th, 2015. Quote, "Today, Jesus also tells us that the benchmark is not quantity, but fullness. There is a difference between quantity and fullness. You can have a lot of money and still be empty. There is no fullness in your heart." This week, think about the difference there is between quantity and wholeness. It is not a matter of the wallet, but of the heart. There is a difference between the wallet and the heart. There are diseases of the heart, which reduce the heart to the wallet. This is not good. To love God with all your heart means to trust in Him, in His providence, and to serve Him and the poorest brothers and sisters without expecting anything in return. Allow me to tell you a story which happened in my previous diocese. A mother and her 3 children were at the table. The father was at work. They were eating Milan-style cutlets. There was a knock at the door, and one of the children, they were young, 5, 6, and the oldest was 7, comes and says, "Mom, there's a beggar asking for something to eat." And the mom, a good Christian, asks them, "What should we do?" "Let's give him something, Mom." "Okay." She takes her fork and a knife and cuts the cutlets in half. No, Mom, no, not like this. Take something from the fridge." "No, let's make 3 sandwiches with this." The children learned that true charity is given, not with what is left over, but with what we need. That afternoon, I'm sure that the children were a bit hungry, but this is how it's done. When faced with the needs of our neighbor, we are called, like these children and the halved cutlets, to deprive ourselves of essential things, not only the leftovers. We are called to give the time that is necessary, not only what is extra. We are called to give immediately and unconditionally of some of our talent, not after using it for our own purposes or for our own group." Unquote. In his words, he talks about giving from fullness and not from leftovers. This is the mark of true generosity. Yet, sometimes our messages to donors request leftovers. Can you spare $1? Every bit counts. Would you just fill the gap? Remember us in your will. All of these phrases give the impression that the donor would only want to give from their leftovers. Yet, that makes the decision for them and deprives them of true sacrificial generosity. So let's reflect on one question this week. Are you asking for leftover generosity, or are you asking for true generosity in your messages to donors? Share this podcast if you enjoy these 5-minute reflections, and subscribe to receive these reflections released every Monday. To explore fundraising coaching deeper, visit servingnonprofits.com. See you next week.